We saw the template of how to beat the template team.
So kind of have the same formula every time.
Let's say we lose the toss, man.
It's not both. One of them definitely doesn't click.
Long time no see, man. 2 solid wins. We bowled out DC for 75, chased it down in 6.3, and we basically made easy work of Gujarat in the Chinnaswamy the last time we played them. So yeah, question for you. How is your week off and how does it feel to be back?
Honestly, it feels the same. I feel like I haven't missed much because it's been business as usual. We have a template. We're like executing the same thing every game. It's coming off, and yeah, no surprises either. So I think we're in a good position, and I enjoyed the games, and yeah, happy to be back.
Yeah, happy to have you back as well. Rai, question for you. Punjab versus Rajasthan last night. Top of the table clash, your quintessential 6, or should I say 4-pointer. First question, who were you supporting and why? And second question is, what did you learn from that game?
Yeah, I think it was a good game for neutrals in terms of entertainment. But as far as who I was supporting, like I made up my mind before the game that whatever happened, we just go with that narrative, which is, oh, either Punjab's really good, so let them go ahead and we'll be second. Or, like these guys get points off them, we win in Ahmedabad and go first, right? So it was win-win for us both ways. So the narrative now is that we'll go first after the Ahmedabad game. And the other thing was definitely that, okay, Punjab Kings do have weaknesses, right, in their fielding and bowling. So that's a huge plus for an RCB, given that they're not invincible. And also that, there is a template at home. We are playing them in the same venue in a few weeks. So hopefully we can learn a few things there. But yeah, overall, happy with the entertainment, but even happier that we have an opportunity of going forward.
Yeah. No, the reason I asked this question is I felt the same way, man. I couldn't decide who I was supporting, even to the very end. I was like, I wasn't even happy Rajasthan was winning. I wasn't happy Punjab was losing either. So, Ariman, same question for you. Just who are you supporting?
I think we're only halfway through the tournament. So the way I see it, the top spot is up for grabs. I know Punjab have been playing well, but realistically, like no team is going to go through the whole tournament undefeated. And it's only a matter of time before, they kind of regress to the mean a little bit. So I was happy to see them lose, actually. It's good to see that they have some holes. It's good to see that we can kind of catch them. And yeah, from our perspective, I think only number one matters, and I think we can do it. So yeah, let's go for it.
Awesome. That's the kind of positivity we need, and then the result is in our favor. Right, back to you on Rajasthan. We talked a bunch about Punjab and their weaknesses, what we learned. Does Rajasthan scare you more now after what you saw?
I think the only thing that's scary about Rajasthan, actually, no, there are two. I'd be lying. One is on the top, which is that batting. The baby who's basically not a baby for sure. Got to do a check on that guy, dude. Like again, he just off the block takes anyone, and like it's crazy, man. The way he goes about it's actually shocking. And the other is Jofra Archer's form, right? That guy like stingers, right, with the ball. So basically, if you either get either the wicket or you play him off, then you can beat Rajasthan. But if they hit you hard, right, then you're in trouble. Like we saw that against RCB as well, right? With the first ball to Salt. And then we saw the same in the same game with Suryavanshi basically taking us for plenty. So yeah, so you just hope that, if not both, one of them definitely doesn't click if you want to beat them. But what is good for Rajasthan is that the lower middle order to drop Hetmeyer, to change the combination to with the impact sub. I think Rajasthan are definitely a lot smarter than we think. And I think that think tank is going to be able to put 11 and 12 in the coming games as well, which will see them not only be in the playoffs, but if they do crack it, you never know, man. Like surprising things have happened in the IPL. If Punjab lose a few on the trot, it might be a whole different scenario.
Yeah. No, I'll just summarize. I think we learned Punjab has some weaknesses that maybe we didn't realize earlier. And Rajasthan maybe plugged some holes that we thought were still holes in terms of their lower order and middle order. Ariman, we actually have a preview to get to and some opponents to discuss. So I'm gonna go to you, the resident Guju in the house. You know what's impressive is they're one of the few people who's actually been to the Narendra Modi Stadium that I know. So I do want to ask you from your personal experience there. Tell me about the ground, the dimensions. We only know the Chinnaswamy, and tell me what's a good score there.
Yeah, I've been to the ground. Really, really painful memories. I was there for the World Cup final, which we lost. But since then, I actually really hated the ground. But then we won the IPL at the ground. So, now I'm kind of back on Team Motera. Um, but it's a good stadium. Like, it's a very strong batting wicket, but I think it's more of like a 190, 200 kind of wicket instead of like a 230, 240, which you see in the IPL. So yeah, batting friendly flat deck, but something that kind of makes it stand out, like you mentioned, is the dimension. So it's a much larger ground than the Chinnaswamy, and I think that this is where the games like tactics will be focused. David Warner actually famously spoke about that final where he said that they executed Australian tactics on an Indian wicket. So, test length, short ball, right up Hazelwood's alley. I think it's going to be that kind of a game. One thing I did notice is that it doesn't seem to be a very spin friendly track. I think Rajasthan are primarily playing only Rashid, and he's going at around 9 or 10 and over. And so that makes me think that we probably won't see Krunal and Suyash complete their quotas. And so now I think Romario is going to come into the game. He gets hit a lot, but the dimensions are in his favor, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a wicket or two.
Okay. I'm surprised to see Rai quiet when he said Romario. Rai, you gave a smile. What are you expecting different from this pitch, this wicket, and Romario?
Yeah, just if I were to summarize everything Aryaman said, would be the final of last year where Romario hit that back of the length outside off, ball just went out, Shreyas nicked it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Literally, that's what we're all hoping for, and that's what Aryaman is alluding to as well. So yeah, I hope for the same, right? Hopefully we can get Romario can get a few wickets, and then we're good to go, man. We can get straight into the final and play that if Romario gets a few wickets this year.
Done. Let's talk about the guys that made the final or the guys that are going to make this final, hopefully. Editor, R11 on screen. Let's go same as DC. No changes foreseen, no changes wanted, no update on Salt quite yet. So let's assume Bethel stays in. Right? Different question for you this time. We always discuss, do you want changes? I'm kind of done with that. So here's my question. How do you think our bowling lines up with the best out there, with the Rajasthan, with the Punjab we just saw? How do you think we stack up against them?
Yeah, so in the post match yesterday, there was a good analysis on basically the bowling. Punjab conceded 260 the other day in Delhi, conceded again yesterday, 220 at home. So that just goes to show when the table topper is conceding so many runs, that means the bowling unit is definitely not firing on all cylinders. And then when I looked into the stats of the other teams that we're competing with, including Rajasthan and your Sunrisers, GT, all of them, is the interesting point is that none of them have their top five or the fixed five bowlers to begin with, right? Like at RCB, we are often talking about Romario, the 6-6-6 option is what you keep hearing. Is because the five are slotted, right? I think since Rasik has come in, he's proved to us that he can perform and more importantly get wickets, right, as the third bowling option. So super happy with our bowling lineup. And if you were to obviously compare it to the other people or the other teams that they're competing with, we're far ahead. It's actually crazy, right? So I hope that we continue doing what we're doing. The other teams don't find their solid five because I think in batting you need your solid five. We have that, right? VK, Salt, Battle, DDP, Rajat, Tim David, right? Literally, that's our five that we're relying on, which most teams do. And then in the bowling, we have the five as well. So that balance of 10 is perfect. It's often the conversation about the 11 and 12 because of the impact player.
Yep. And it's gonna be Romario, man. So I'm not gonna go to bold predictions, but let's hope for some bold stuff from Romario. Ayman, you take our batting, man. Same question. How does our batting compare with, the best out there, your Rajasthan, Punjab, maybe even throw an SRH?
Yeah, I think those three are probably the best batting sides in the IPL, along with RCB. What I like about us is that we have a strong top four, like all of them do too. but probably with the middle and the tail, we have a little bit more in the locker. So this year we've seen Tim David, Jitesh, Romario, even Krunal in the previous games. They've all come to the party at different points in time. We even had a great cameo from Venki at one point. So I think it's good that the runs have been shared a little bit. That probably means that we edge it over some of these other teams. I still think Rajasthan and Punjab are slightly top heavy. And so I think that's what gives me a little bit of confidence moving forward. And the one underrated aspect about our batting is the depth. So between Salt or Bethel and then Venki on the bench, we actually have good cover for injuries or other unforeseen circumstances. So in a long drawn out season, that'll probably come into play, and it already has done in the last couple of games for us. So yeah, not too worried. And yeah, we also have the greatest batsman in IPL history opening for us, so
Yeah.
can't complain.
Makes life easy. Makes life easy. All right. You talked about the king. Let's go to the prince, man. Let's talk about his team. Editor, Gujarat's 11. On screen. Right, quick question for you. Dude, this team got demolished by Mumbai in their own home ground, the one we're going to play in, by 99 runs. They lost to us at the Chinnaswamy. But then they turned it around and made light work of Chennai in Chennai. So, what do you see from this team? Like, they're kind of the only one in the middling pack. Do you think they can push for top 4, or do you think they're just gonna kind of fall into the rest?
So the reason I was laughing is because if you consider Chennai to be a good assessment of how a team is doing, then I wouldn't put that as a marker, right? So they basically lost at home to Mumbai, lost to Bangalore in Bangalore, and won against Chennai. Wow, amazing, right? Seems like a pretty average season, if I'm being honest. Man, all that I can say is that instead of DC, if Gujarat are 8 for 6, fingers crossed, boys, lowest totals coming, right? That's just how the team is set up. So yeah, just they have a template, man. There's nothing really much to talk about, right? You fit that template, they'll get a win on you, and you don't fit the template, or like you break that template by taking wickets, or basically just targeting that fifth bowling option in their team, which we've seen, and the uncertainty they have as well. Funnily, Prasid Krishna did not play against Chennai. Like it was an afternoon game, right? We had the left armour, I'm forgetting his name, Arshad or something of that. Yeah, I think he played. So he bowled pretty well as well. Again, that hard length, harder to hit. I think that might actually trouble our righties a bit. I do see that as a thing. Even with Khalil, when I went to the Chinnaswamy, I can see that, that if you're a good Andre Berger, Khalil, and you've got that good action and you come in with some pace and that hard length, it does trouble most teams, right, including RCB. So I think if he plays, there is something to think about with respect to them bowling. And Ashish Nehra being the head coach, there is that over reliance / wanting the bowling to be really good. So it'll be a good matchup, man, against our batting. And hopefully we can get a few early wickets. It should be game over.
100%, man. Dude, I didn't do matchups, guys, this time is because we just played against them. You want to see the matchups, just watch game 36 or whatever it was, highlights from a week ago.
But if I were to quickly chime in there, I think there's that one element that I'm excited about, which is, you know how Rahul got 150 and then Hazelwood hits you with a bumper, and Hazelwood also got belted, is my word, guys, for the pod, when you get trashed as a bowler at the Chinnaswamy, right? Like Rahul took him down. So when he got that wicket, I have never seen Hazelwood celebrate, dude. He celebrated twice. The wicket I mentioned earlier against Chennai or one other team, and now this one in front of Rahul, right? And I want him to take Sai Sudarshan's wicket because of the 100 that we obviously conceded. I would love to see him come back and be like, dude, we got you. Like no one's got our number.
Wow, you really remember that, huh? I don't know, man. I just wanted to say, Ariman, sorry, I wanted to give you this question. So let me give it to you. Scorecard from last time. Let's start with the batting. Obviously, Sai did really well, got that 100, got out immediately after. Just wanted to ask you, tell me how we get them out in the power play, man. How do we get them 8 for 3, forget 8 for 6?
I think that they're a little bit of a template team, so they kind of have the same formula every time. I think Gill and Sudarshan will probably take a couple of overs to settle, and then once they settle, they'll start swinging. So my prediction, yeah, a lot of short balls and a lot of swing early on to kind of get an early wicket. And if we don't, and they settle and start swinging, then we're gonna start, like fill Salt in the hot spot, try to get them caught on the boundary kind of tactic. I have a feeling that that's going to be the approach.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, pound for pound, we're a much stronger side. So we just have to keep doing what we're doing and we'll be fine. Like, no worries for me.
Dude, let me make this harder for you. I think we saw the template of how to beat the template team if we win the toss and chase. Let's say we lose the toss, man. What's our template then? How much would you feel safe with? I know you said it's a 200 wicket.
Yeah, so I think Motera is a dew friendly ground, and I do think the toss is a little bit important. So if we do lose the toss and we end up batting first, I think I would be okay with a slowish start, knowing that we bat deep and then it gets easier to bat as the game progresses. So maybe if we take like 6 to 8 overs to settle and you strike it like 150, 170 instead of 180, 200, but keep the wickets in hand, then you have like maybe 12 to 13 overs to really accelerate. And that's when our batting depth will shine. And I think that's what we'll end up doing. So even if we bat first, given how strong our batting lineup is, like, yeah, I would be happy with like a 200 plus score.
Okay. I thought I was urging you to say 220 because then I was gonna ask you, damn, after seeing today's game and how easily 220 was chased. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I wanted to move on. We're trying to do this short episode, new structure. So let's go into good, bad, and bold. All right, boys, you know how this works, right? Give me the good. Ariman, give me the bad.
The good is that I want to win this game, right? So that RCB can be on top of the table, and then we take a picture of the table. So the good is definitely the opportunity of going on top, right? Punjab has definitely played really well, and they had that spot. But I think psychologically, going into the second half, I think Ariman mentioned about how it's still mid-season. It's not. Rajasthan played their 9th game, so I think 9 onwards is definitely big time in terms of moving into the playoffs, right? And the form is important. So psychologically, I'd love to go into a week's break, being on top, and then have a good time looking at how everyone else is performing. So the good is opportunity to be number one.
Right. We need 16 points to qualify. We have 12, but we have games against KKR and Lucknow still to come. So that's pretty much 16 in my books. So I think we'll be fine.
Dude, Bharat said 20, dude. Yeah, nah. We have to go with Bharat. Bharat was mentioning he's going to belt all of them. 1, 2, 3.
Bharat was
Yeah.
counting Gujarat and Mumbai as well, saying
He's like,
our
both
next 4
easy, yeah.
teams are non-top 4 teams.
No, he did say that Gujarat would be a 50-50. And then he said the next 3 are definite victories.
Yeah. So guys, this is so important because suddenly we're dreaming of, obviously we're close to 16, we're first on the table, and we're counting our, even if we lose to Punjab, we're on 20 points. Or Sunrisers. Not that we want to, not that we will, but yeah, that's why this game.
Don't give me that
important.
Arsenal mentality, brother. I'm sorry. The moment you said that, Arman, for a second, I was like, yo, what am I listening to? This is such an Arsenal podcast thing to say. Even if we lose to City, we can still probably win.
No, but we can. And might I remind you, we don't have to win the league. We can actually pull an Arsenal come second like we did last year and just beat them in the semis and the final. So it's a cup at the end of the day. All right, lots of goods if we win this game. Ariman, give us the bad.
You know what? With all due respect, there's not a lot bad. I think we only have some good going for us. If I had to say something, this is a little bit more toss-dependent game, so that's something to consider. And I have a feeling that Romario is going to come good, but we're yet to see it this IPL, and so that's the only other bad that I would point out. But overall, I'm feeling good. So
okay. Wow, I thought you were jumping to bold predictions, so I will make you jump to bold predictions. Ariman, you kick us off. Rai, you go next. and I'll wrap it up.
I'm going to go with my same prediction as the last time. Sai Sudarshan, less than 10 balls faced.
Oh my god. Bro, he scored 100 because of you, man.
Yeah,
and Hoff is coming for him.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Right?
my heart wants Romario redemption at any cost. I'm like, I just want something Romario. But dude, given that we don't give him bowling and he doesn't come out to bat, the odds of my bold prediction going right is tough. I'm gonna stick
Nah,
to
go
mine
for
as
it,
well,
man.
man.
If your heart is with Romario, go for it.
No, but I usually don't think like that. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go with another Jitesh just because I think he didn't bat. I think Jitesh for a 35 plus.
How many times are you gonna go for that one? Okay, bro, I'm gonna go bold, man. I'm gonna make a bit of a bet that I could lose at the toss itself. But I think Bethel stays in. I think Salts it's another game out. And Bethel 50. Yeah, if you're sticking with yours, both of you, I'll stick with mine too,
Hey,
man.
this is really boring, dude. Three of us have literally repeated our own bold prediction. This is terrible. Honestly, we'll get
Because we
captioned.
didn't get it right last time, man. I'm telling you, I'm seeing a Bethel 50. Like when I saw DDP, I saw it, bro. You know?
No, but it doesn't seem very bold. It seems very like we've all calculated, like these are the odds. In fact, Aryaman seems bold, given that the guy scored 100 against us. So
Okay, fine. Then you have
Dude,
to change yours. You have to change yours too.
I
bro.
will say
yeah, I think I should
I
change. Bro. We
called
can't do back-to-back same. That's not acceptable, honestly. Yeah.
Ayush has been doing Hazel got 3-3-3 for like 3 weeks now,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. So on a serious note, though, this is the last time we're doing it. After this round of bold prediction, no repetition of the same prediction. Cool. Otherwise, Bharat will message saying, "Yo, movie another 3 for like no shit. Like movie will get 3. That's not bold anymore, right?" So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
the last round. Last
No,
round. We'll
okay.
stick to this one, and then we'll
Bro,
go
I
ahead.
have
Wait,
one.
let the record show, bro. I called KL Rahul less than 15 balls after his 150, and now I'm calling Sudarshan less than 10 balls after his 100.
Aryaman was at the Narendra Modi Stadium when India lost the World Cup final. He hated that ground. And then RCB won the IPL there, and he's back on Team Motera. Thursday night, let's see if it brings back fond memories for our team. It's a beautiful stadium, 130,000 plus, high scoring, something in it for the bowlers, especially those hard-length bowlers. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Dew is a factor, toss is going to be huge, but as will the away fans for their defending champions. If we win, we go first. Simple as that. Predictions are locked, guys. Drop yours in the comments as well. Make it better than ours somehow, please. I don't think we did a good job. Smash that like if you enjoyed what we're doing, and we will see you after the game. Hopefully from the top of the table. Cheers, guys. Play ball.